What's the difference between a killer and a murderer? For the Toga family, it's justice. Their son, brother and husband, Stephen, a hard-working, compassionate paramedic, was stabbed to death on the job in a McDonald's car park in April last year, just weeks before the arrival of his beautiful baby girl, Lily Mae Stevie. The man accused of taking the 29-year-old's life will likely avoid a jail cell, instead spending time in a mental health facility. Stephen's sister Jess, father Jeff, his mother Jill and Stephen's wife Madison join me. I am so sorry, and we know this is tough, but can you explain your feelings about what you heard in court today?
Yeah, it was very harrowing. We went there for the facts and to experience the procedure, and yeah, today was really tough.
So Jeff, that evidence, there were 2 psychiatric reports and the prosecution and defence agreeing he knew what he was doing but not that it was wrong. So that means he can't be found criminally responsible. But he took Stephen's life. How hard is it knowing it's not murder?
Nothing's changed. What's the difference between the 2 words? So, you know, it leaves a very bitter taste in your mouth, and it makes a bit of a mockery of the whole thing, to be honest.
If I'm honest, I feel like I'm sitting here looking at 4 broken people right now.
Yeah, not broken. We're damaged, but we're not broken. Yeah. No, we're not broken. We look like being the ones that are going to get the sentence of life without Stephen. That's hard to look forward to, but we're not broken by any means.
Did you have any idea that this was coming today?
We only found out on Tuesday that this was the way things were going to proceed. Prior to that, we thought that the trial was going to be held over 6 weeks and was going to be a murder trial. And we haven't really had time to come to terms with that. Just another day where they rip the Band-Aid off, you know, and then you hurt all over again.
Look, and this goes to our mental health system, right? And so my understanding is that this person will go into care and stay there until he's deemed safe. So that may mean never. It could mean as little as a few months. And how is it not having any certainty how long he'll be locked up?
Yeah, well, that's the big question, isn't it? You know, if he can convince 2 people that he didn't know what he was doing, he's only got to convince 2 people that he's back to normal and he's out scot-free, virtually.
I mean, this is a person who stabbed your son to death. He terrorised other people earlier that night. He's known to authorities and he wasn't taking his medication at the time. It begs the question, why was he on the streets in the first place?
Sounds familiar, doesn't it? I mean...
Too familiar.
It begs the question, who's responsible and how many other ticking time bombs are walking among us? You know, it's time society was listened to by those who have the ability to change things and change things.
Our boy paid the ultimate price.
Yeah. The saddest part about all of this is if he'd asked my son for help, he would have been showered with compassion, because that's what my boy does, or it does, and he would have got the medical attention that he had, and they would have taken him straight to hospital. And he's paid the ultimate price, and so have we.
And look, I'm sorry, when you talk about that, and you know, here is your son, a man filled with so much compassion. It's why he became a paramedic. For us to be sitting here and talking about this and what's happened, I'm so sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, mate. You have to understand. You have to understand how loved he was in the community as well. You know, I talk about dropping pebbles into a pond, and there's the ripple effect. You don't know who's touched by the ripples, Ali, and how many lives my boy helped, and affected. People come to me in the street saying, your young fella helped me in hospital. He came back after he'd finished work. I was panicking about a large operation and he held my hand as we went into the operating theatre. Yeah. This is the boy we're talking about. This is...
Every second person knows about Stephen or knew about Stephen.
And this is the thing that, like, because he's no longer here, how many lives would he helped in a full career as a paramedic?
Yeah.
Hundreds? Thousands?
Not a bad bone.
Not a bad bone. See how you're affected by it, Ali?
Yeah.
You've been touched by the ripples, mate. You've been touched by the ripples. And everyone who's watching also is now part of it. Everyone who's feeling sad at home, they've been touched by the ripples.
Can I ask you, Maddie, do you feel robbed of justice?
Absolutely, I do. I feel robbed of justice. I feel robbed for my little girl. I just heartbroken for. I have no words. Yeah.
Realistically, we haven't been robbed of justice yet. We're left swinging until Friday, so that's where we're at. You know, wake up tomorrow morning and look out the sunny weather and go, ah, beautiful, and all of a sudden a black cloud moves in again.
Yeah.
And that's day to day for us. We have to take the funny things in our lives and find the funny little things before the darkness moves in again every day.
As you said yourself there, it's not over. It is. We've got until Friday. Can I just say, guys, you need to swing loud and you need to swing hard, and we're right behind you.
Yeah, mate.
Thank you.
That's fantastic to know.
Yep.
Fantastic to know. And in the coming weeks, we'll be looking at changing a few things for the frontline workers that are just going to make life better for everyone. All those frontline workers out there, just know that what I'm about to embark on, I'm doing for you.
Yeah. And for Stephen.
And for Stephen. And for the community to feel safe again.
Well, Stephen's law, right? To ensure those who harm our first responders face penalties. And I think that what you're doing and what you're pushing for, and right now, what you had to put up with today and here, and how this is potentially going to play out, just feels unfair.
It does.
It's so unfair.
Ultimately, it's extremely unfair, you know. And if we can change the laws or get laws introduced that are called Stephen's Law, then my son will be immortal.
Yeah.
My son will be with us forever. And anything less will be a waste.
And his little girl, Lily Mae Stevie, she's going to grow up knowing what a hero her dad was.
She'll know. She'll know, mate. She'll know.
Yeah. Hey, look, you were so strong turning up for Stephen today. You showed up at court and he'd be so proud of you. Thank you, Jeff, Jill, Jess and Maddie. Let's see what happens Friday.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
It's just really unfair, isn't it?